Good afternoon to you all. Without going into any formality, and once again congratulating Dr. Shul Prakash and addressing my co-panelists, I will simply say that each of the lecture which was given today, right from the word one go to the end, it was fantastic. The children who came from various schools, the papers they have given are outstanding, You believe and trust, even we could not have produced that kind of research which you people have done in such a short time. And equally, the presentation which came from Professor Jayalakshmi, Pratap Reddy and others, they were of high quality. Only problem with us is that we sometimes like to listen our own voice, okay? But when we are writing, then we have to be careful that we don't have to waste our words there. But let me tell you, otherwise the paper which was read by Professor Jayalakshmi was one of the best papers I have ever come across in the last 20 years. That was very good, but equally, in open, I want to make her a request that be careful not to be repetitive. Otherwise, what happens? You lose the strength of your own voice. Right? That is one thing. But 3-4 things which I will take together, which Professor Lakshminath has said, which she has said, which others have said since yesterday till this moment. Before I go, I will tell, have you heard anything called cylinder declaration? Professor Lakshminath, I was inspired by you yesterday. You remember you said about a daughter whose father was charged with sedition, and the king said that he will not be buried. And the daughter said, you do whatever you want to do, I will listen to the laws of nature. And then she became the rebel. Much prior to that, 539 BC, I am talking before Christ, 539 before Christ, Cyrus, who captured Babylon, neither Cyrus is in existence today, nor the Babylon is in existence today. But the Cyrus, the king, the emperor, who wanted to conquer the whole world, when he captured Babylon, he issued a declaration, and that is called Babylon Declaration or Cylinder Declaration. And what is that? That will connect to what Professor Lakshminath since yesterday has been harboring, and the same point was harbored today by Professor Jayalakshmi. And what he said was, all these people who are now my prisoner, because he has captured Babylon. He said, after all, please mark, what he said, after all they are human beings. And because they are human beings, they are entitled for their own dignity. And dignity means they have to make choice whether they want to remain subjected to Cyrus or they want to have their own independent life. That means what he said, you have your choice. And why he said you have your choice? That is very important. I'll come to that for a minute later. But please mark, what he told to them was that you are a human being. You cease to be a human being. I deprive you of your freedom to make choices. You make choices, whatever you want. You are rational. Your own morality will tell you what choice you should make. So make your choice. It's a different part of story that having been treated so dignified, they all said about choices to follow you. That's a different part of story, but he gave them choice. And please mark, just now, a moment ago, there flew a statement from Professor Lakshmanath. He quoted Bal Gangadhar Tilak, he quoted Swaraj. What was the bottom line? The bottom line was, whatever right you give me, whatever choices you give me, at least once you are talking so much of human development. In the morning, so much reference was made that human development is possible only if environment is taken care of. If human development means sustainable development. Sustainable means which can be sustained and sustained along with the human being. Right? Now, who's a human being? Alright, they said he should have choices, otherwise he is not a human being. Because animal cannot make the choices. He is dictated choice. But more than that, at least one right to concede to me, which will be conceded, rather that was the preamble for Immanuel Kant. Because yesterday I told you, I talked little bit theoretically, and I am coming here with the theory that in fact that was the preamble of the entire thesis, according to me, of Immanuel Kant. And what was that? That at least a person should have a right to remain human. I am not using the word human. I am saying a right to remain human. I should have right to remain human, otherwise the whole idea of your happiness, of your development, of your sustained development, of giving me freedom of choices, that all become bunkers. So I should have at least right to remain human. And what you say, right to remain human, now I am bringing you to contemporary, and again I will go back to ancient. Is it right to remain human if I don't have food to eat? If I am bonded labor? If I am completely exploited? I don't have right to remain human. I am not human. You know, I don't want to say because it gives feeling of revulsion. But that revulsion is natural. Have you seen many times? Because I have seen with my eyes. I say with these eyes. I wish I was blind at that time. I have seen with my eyes human. I am saying now human being picking up from thrown away goods, like when you put all your dust and every spoil in the dustbin lying outside your house. Early morning hours, these rat pickers will come and will devote a lot of time to search if there is anything which they can eat. They don't bother about this, that it is mixed up with all dirt, it is mixed up with all thrown away. They don't bother about environment, they don't bother about their system because hunger is so strong. Tell me, are these humans enjoying the right to remain human? They are not human. They are not human. Okay? They have been snatched away with right to remain human. Now, where is the talk of sustainable good? Where is the talk of generating public good? Now, there are two theses. One is Western, other what we Oriental people are pleading, and what Grouch has said in the beginning, at the end of Turkey War. Right? Now, what are these two schools? One school says, look, human means he is a moral agent. Because too much has been talked here, right from Dr. Pawan Sharma, which was endorsed by great Lakshmana and others. You are talking of moral, okay? And what this school of thought says, that look, it is very important that human beings are treated as a moral agent who are carrying the agency of morality. Unless they are moral agent, unless they carry the moral agency, no public good, no development can take place. But my point is very different. What they say, who is a moral agent? Moral agent is an agent who can make choices. Now please for a second, mark what I am saying. What they are saying, they can make choices. Now I am giving you a scenario where choices are what? And you younger people today are too fascinated by this. What? Today you are joining Vodafone and your salary is somewhere 2 lakhs per month. Right? What happens? In next 3 months, you are told Vodafone is losing the business and therefore you try to find out some other agency or we will help you. But please mark, you are jumping from a multinational to other multinational, right? From Vodafone to Airtel, Airtel to something else. And mark what is happening there. You are becoming only tool of capitalism, only of exploitation, and therefore, in the name of choices, you hardly enjoy choice because you have to work only for the capital, you have to work only for the riches, you have to work, mind, not for your welfare, not for your welfare. You are being exploited, you are contributing to his capital where you have only surplus wealth. And therefore, not only this, you are being commodified. I did not want to give you that example, but now I will give you. Have you, आप तो साउथ में रहते हैं, यहाँ तो म्यूजिक सरस्वती है. Any South Indian house will surely have some musical instrument, and to celebrate anything, you will have music, because in music is bhakti, in music there is shraddha, in music there is calmness, in music there is happiness. अब आप कोई बताइए, लता मंगेशकर गाना गाती है, उसकी बहुत बढ़िया आवाज़ है, या कोई वो बजाते हैं, उनका बहुत बढ़िया म्यूजिक है, क्या है, आप क्या कहते हैं? क्योंकि हेमा मालिनी की आईज बहुत बड़ी बड़ी हैं और इसलिए जो एडवर्टाइजमेंट होगा वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट में हेमा मालिनी की या वो अमिताभ बच्चन की डॉटर इन लॉ कौन है? उसकी भी आंखों का कुछ है क्या? हाँ, वो क्या बोलते हैं कि उसकी ब्लू आई और उसकी बड़ी आई के पैसे दिए जा रहे हैं. प्लीज मार्क, money is being given, money is being given, and what I am saying, जो भगवान की देन थी, which was gifted to you by nature, has been commodified, has been objectified, and what I am saying is that please mark, it is this commodification which is being called as your choice. It is not my choice whether Aishwarya Rai gives her blue eyes to some I don't know, जो भी कुछ उसकी आंखों से संबंधित होगा, या हेमा मालिनी किसी वो क्या वो और किसी के लिए are you getting my point? The point I am trying to make is, please understand, we are living in a world where everything has been commodified, has been objectified, and this person who is a moral agent, he has got no choice. What is his moral agency? He cannot make choices because he is being not only this. Please mark, this is called process of desacralization. What is the process of desacralization? Have you heard that so many people who went to excavate coal mines, so many people who went to extract mines, they lost their lives. This is objectification. This is the choice. This is the moral agency, right? And therefore, what I am saying again and again, that please mark, moral agency has been wrongly defined, okay? Because when factors are so determined, already determined for me, that either I give my eyes to this or that, when everything has been settled. No, this vandalism of environment is taking place. Why? Why? Because we are not considering nature as one. We are not considering, I am part of nature. This flora and fauna is a part of nature. And the moment that flora and fauna is assaulted by me, please mark this ship which came from Russia, and in the middle of the ocean some oil was spilled, and as a result of which, what happened? Totally flora and fauna was destroyed, right? And therefore, what I am saying is, in the name of industrialization, in the name of modernization, in the name of development, we are not doing sustainable development. Rather, we are only doing development for the sake of development, which Kant was never a party. Rather, his theory was that it has to be sustainable and sustainable. What is the meaning of the word sustain? It has to go not alone, along with, and therefore human has to develop, nature has to develop, And one left behind is not a development. It's a whole, and once you take out something, it spills out. That was Kant's idea. And now coming to public good. When you are talking, Professor Lakshminath, of public good is what? A good which is made for public. A good which is made for public. And public is made of human. That means it is a good for a human. That means human has become end and good has become a mean. I repeat, public good, that means good for public. Public means human, that means good for human. Right? That means good is for human and is human. Good is only the mean, right? And once you say good is a mean for human, right, then will come the question that this agent, who is the agent? Good is the agent. Good is the agent going toward whom? Toward the human. If this good itself is adulterated, if good itself is not available, right, human goes. And when you are talking of public good, then what kind of public good are you generating today? What kind of good are you generating today? Please mark, somebody gave a figure, 7.4% increase in jail population. I think some young children gave, and it rose from 6.8, while you said in America it is 2.5. Am I right? Now please understand what is happening to the whole dimension. The whole dimension is that good itself is not available. Good itself is not available because neither you have place in jail, nor you have facilities in jail. Forget that. The jail is one only criminal aspect. Tell me, where the food is available? I bring you back. If the director has to pick up from the dustbin what I told you, is any good available? And if good is not available, where is the good was meant for whom? To serve whom? To serve the human. And if good is not available, human is done, human is wasted, human is gone, and therefore we are living in error. Mukesh is gone. Otherwise Mukesh poor for 3 days has been arguing with me, and it's very difficult to answer. Even my friend from Assam, Patil, she has been talking to me. Lakshminath and the way we have been debating. This whole idea which was given by of enlightened. Are we living in an era of enlightenment? Because enlightenment means I will generate the goods which will make human, humane, and I am generating the goods which are converting humane into commodity. And therefore, there is a big question mark, okay? Because I wanted to talk theory, I am a theory. And therefore, there is a big question mark whether the theory of enlightenment given by Immanuel Kant deserve to be questioned, deserve to be answered in different parables. I am not criticizing him. I'm not denying the truth of what he's saying, but what I'm suggesting is truth itself varies according to the context. Please mark, there are reports after reports, and in reports there are statistics, right? And that says these many prisoners have been resettled, these many unemployed have been given job. You can't deny that that is not a reality, because it is a document which has been produced, which has been put before you after having all kind of research. But is that reality? Is the reality or there is super reality? Because it is real that they have given a report and accepted that report has been honestly presented. Okay? Now report is a reality. But side by side what you say, what the report says does not exist in reality. Because what they are saying, that these many people, these many jobs have been generated. But all around me, I see the people who are jobless. That means what? That means what? There is reality versus reality. And if there is reality versus reality, that is give a question mark. How to find out that reality? With that all, I will conclude. I will again say thanks to you all.